Welcome back to another episode of Can Blue, a hockey podcast covering the Rangers and the Montreal Canadiens.
And well, one of us is doing well
I'm doing
right now.
poor. I'm doing poor from last night, just in general, but also because Rangers can't seem to score at home.
Right.
Still,
Thankfully, you didn't, see the damage.
I didn't
until
even
after the
bother.
fact.
Yeah. First 10 minutes supposed to be pretty good. We can go into it when we talk about the games, but yeah, the woes continue for the Rangers and overtime.
Just at home though.
Well, yeah, but that's
In
half
general,
the time.
But half the time at home. Yeah.
And the going to overtime continues for the Habs.
Yeah. I mean, this week is a bit different. We actually got our first loss in
Overtime
OT,
loss, yeah.
and we got a shootout loss. We are not good in the shootout, so I feel like we lost at the shootout by the Flyers, and I feel like they were definitely weighing us out, just trying to keep possession.
Well, they have Zegras is like the best shootout guy.
Yeah,
in
and
the
he's the only
league.
one that scored.
Yeah.
So I mean, our streak for OT wins is gone, but still a pretty positive week. We're still scoring. No, like we haven't reached a scoring drought yet, and I think we had a pretty definitive win against Utah. Also a young team, up and coming team, just like us in Anaheim, and yeah, we destroyed them 6-2. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I guess before we go into the details of the games, some little around the league stuff. Jordan Kyrou, I feel like he's on your team a lot for fantasy, no?
No,
Have you ever had him? I thought you had him a couple years ago.
no, just Rob
Really?
Thomas.
Oh, you're a Thomas guy. Well, he got scratched, and the Blues are kind of bottom feeders in the league right now.
Yep.
And I think that was a couple days ago, and now he actually came back onto the team and had a goal.
He was scratched because he missed, or he was late to practice, I think.
No, I think it was like I didn't think it was a late issue. I thought it was he's not playing well, and Jim Montgomery's like, get him
Really?
going. Yeah.
I saw a headline where it's either he skipped the practice or he was late to practice.
Well, they scratched Barzal because he missed the bus.
Oh
or
no,
something.
that's it.
That's what it was, right?
It was Barzal. Yeah, you're right.
So big stars getting benched is kind of a theme this last week or two. Also around the league, Ovechkin scored his 900th goal.
True.
And Binnington tried to steal the puck. Did you see that?
Yeah,
he
that
put
was
it in his
weird.
pants. It was really weird.
Like, what was he thinking?
I don't know. And also, what are you gonna do with that?
Like, why are you trying to rain on his parade?
Yeah. Because he's a psychopath.
And like, he was away, right? Like the Blues were away.
I think so.
Yeah, that's odd behavior.
Very weird.
That's very weird behavior.
And then, I guess finally, unless you think of something else, just something interesting that happened. The Oilers got totally blown out by the Avalanche, and it just kind of shows like, even though
this is your
they
Canadian,
need a goalie. Yeah,
this is your Canadian Stanley Cup team.
Yeah, well, maybe
I
the
don't
Jets.
think so.
Maybe the Jets.
Yeah, I would rather the Jets at this point.
They have a goalie. I
don't know what to say about Edmonton other than like I feel like I've lost my flair for them. And I'm not just saying that because of that Montreal game we had recently with them.
Well, that's true.
But I don't know. You got 2 chances to Stanley Cup, and you always have a bad start of the season like this. You haven't fixed the goalie problems. Not even the defensive problems.
Yeah. We went in on Bouchard.
Like, what are you trying
to
do? Like, I don't know where are the moves? I feel like they got to make moves, but their moves are really mid. Like getting, like in the past, like getting players like Victor Arvidsson.
Yeah.
He's
is what it is.
It is what it is, and I guess they're betting on Savoie and who's the other guy that they traded for by Tampa?
Isaac Howard.
Isaac Howard, yeah. They're banking on them to maybe step up, but maybe too soon. I mean, it's their first season.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some of the games, and I think we'll start with the Canadiens.
Yeah, so the first game of the week, Flyers on Tuesday, and almost immediately we get down 3-0.
Oh.
Just 3 in a row in 5 minutes of the game. And Okay, for one of at least one of them, you could blame Monty. Okay, that's for sure. But the team had to just complete. They didn't come ready for the game. Like in all honesty,
Mm,
they the defense did not help at all, and they were up quickly. I think one of them was on the power play. Zegras getting 2 assists. Um, yeah, not good, not good. So the first period was a total flub, and this is at home ice. I'm pretty sure Monty was being booed at, which
dang.
is rough, and
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I'm frustrated just as anyone with his play,
Mhm.
although like I but booing your goalie and getting giving him the Patrick Waugh treatment is not good. It's just not a good look. Um, because he he and the whole team do a complete 180 in the second period.
Mhm.
First of all, we didn't get that many shots in the end in this game. So
Ladar.
Vladar did not play well. I
Ladder.
mean, he is
Darth
definitely a
Vader.
bottom tier type of goalie, even compared to Monty. Monty faced in the end like 44 shots on net.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we didn't do him like
Yeah.
any favors throughout this game, but somehow in the second period we just score 4 unanswered. And that's what I love about this team is that
Belligerent game.
even when we were down 3-0, and I was watching it for this one, I didn't. Again, I'm just like not losing hope. I'm like they could do it. They could come back. You just need one to get it started,
Mhm.
and that's what I was thinking when the second period started, and they did. It was Kirby Doc. He gets 2 for this game. I also did say to my brother before this game, like I want to see Doc do something, and
Yeah.
he does. He does exactly that and more. 2 goals. And then for the fourth goal, well, for one of the assists, actually, I wanted to mention about Demidov. Just a nice pass to Nick Suzuki. I think on the power
Mhm.
play, just an easy goal for him because Demidov makes it so easy. I don't know. This kid is like he has 4 goals, 9 assists. Uh, and he's just there's no stopping him. Even with the low ice time he's getting,
Mm.
he's still making the chances. Um, because his fourth goal of the season was just an absolute rocket in this game to um bring them up 4-3. And at this point in time, like, all right, 4-3. I'm actually more worried now. I like about losing the
Yeah.
lead. Rightly so, because I think in the past 7 out of 11 games, we were up a lead and we lost it. So it's weird. Like you have hope being a down like a deficit of 3,
Mm.
but like hopeless when you're up by 1 or
Yeah.
2 or even 3.
I feel like it's
That's
because you're
weird.
such a young team. Like you just don't have. You can't hold on to that lead yet. You don't know how to play with that lead.
Nope, we don't. I don't know who scored to tie it on Philly's side, but they did score in the third period, and I'm like, all right, we're going to OT. OT passes. It was pretty boring. Nothing really happened. No chances on either side. And going into shootout, I'm like, it's a toss up. I don't like shootout.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
The one thing I'll comment on that is I think Suzuki, although he's up right now, I'm only putting him up because he's our captain. He's been playing amazing, but in the shootout, he's been like for
Not
I
good.
don't know,
Mm.
for the last 8 or 10 or something. So, but I mean, you can't really blame him. It's a shootout. Doesn't really matter in the
Yeah.
playoffs. Is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, despite the showing, Monty is. I mean, he's saved over 40 in this game.
Yeah.
Like
Can't ask for much more, but it does seem like Dobish is stealing that net, right?
yeah. I mean, just hope Dobish is okay because in the next
Mm.
game, I think a lot of people saw the emotions after the game. We lost in OT against the Devils, 4-3, and I think it's good because he's a competitor. I think showing that kind of emotions and maybe being a little too rough on himself is a good and bad thing. Luckily, I think he has the support of the squad to help him through it.
Mm.
Um, but it just shows how big of a competitor he is, and I appreciate that passion. Because it shows a desire to be better, and because of that, I think he will be better. Although he didn't like he had that one goal where I'm not sure if it was the tying one for 3-3 because we were up 3-2.
Mm.
I think it was actually
Yeah, at the end,
at the
empty
end
net,
where the
right?
puck he was literally in front of him, but he kind of lost sight of it, I guess because of the legs and sticks, and then someone popped it in,
Meyer.
Meyer, and then he's just like visibly frustrated. I
Yeah.
get that, like that is one that you could have, but it happens,
It's
and
just the trend that I'm seeing is you're up late in the game, you're
yeah,
up one goal, you let it up, and then yeah,
we, yeah, and I'd like to see less goals happen when they pull the goalie because I've been seeing that a lot.
yeah,
Like this game, I think in the Seattle game and Edmonton game, they pull the goalie and
and they scored.
they score. Like it's it's 1 minute to go. Like let it all out.
Yeah,
Like let the gas tank out.
empty the tank.
Empty the tank. Clear it out if you have to for an icing because like I don't know. I don't know. And I think that's a small problem that not small, but it could become a big problem if it continues.
Mm.
But it's easily fixable. Um so yeah, I mean, Dobish had a decent showing. I know he was hard on himself, but I think overall it's a good game. We got another point out of
We'll
it.
talk about the overtime turnover
Yeah,
because
so like
that's a guy you've been on.
when I mentioned New Hook, especially last year, I'm like, see the flashes, the opportunities, and sometimes just like the boneheaded like passes,
Mm.
and he does a little too much in the situation because he's like dangling in the neutral zone, tries to go in alone, and then he's swarmed by three Jersey Devil guys, and then stops at the line looking for a pass, but he's already swarmed by three other guys,
Mm.
and one of them, Jesper Brad, I think, just like picks it off easily, goes on a breakaway, goes 5 hole, backhand 5 hole under Dobish, and yeah, just doing too much. It's OT. You don't want to risk those kind. I think it's a high risk kind of play,
Mm.
especially with the time and space you have out there and the little amount of guys. So I mean, yeah, it's just like I'm not trying to be too harsh because he's playing really well.
Yeah,
He's putting up points and getting good opportunities. But that's where the old new hook comes back, and I'm like,
mm.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
typical Newey. And people were saying, oh, he's not Connor McDavid and whatever.
yeah,
I mean, obviously, I mean, like I
yeah.
don't expect him to be,
To go through three guys alone. Yeah,
but he knows he has that like that speed
yeah.
and movement speed and the skill to do it. It's just sometimes his finishing move just at the end just like
Yeah.
sometimes it just messes up and sometimes it happens a lot. So it's okay because in the next game, in the Utah game, I mean, he played a really, really good game alongside everyone else. I thought this was uh gonna be a big one because Utah is also a young team and it's a comparable to us, in terms of the rebuild. And yeah, we destroy them, but only towards the end. It was actually a pretty close
Mm.
game up until the third period where we just started pouring them on. We got Kirby Doc scoring again, Nick Suzuki, New Hook with the basically the game winning goal with that deke on Paterka, snipes it on Vilmelka.
Mhm.
Always, yeah, I think I
You got it.
pronounced
I
that
think you
right.
got
Uh, and yeah, it's good to see. I mean, not trying to be a dick, but it's
it.
good to see, a discouragement on another team
Yeah,
because we're playing so well.
yeah.
You see it on Vamelka's, you see it on the other players' faces, like just us beating them to the puck and scoring on them. And we had again less shots on net. I'm not sure if that's going to be a problem, but somehow these less shots are just going in,
Higher quality,
higher
maybe.
quality shots. Um, Yeah, I like to see the team maybe give up less shots on net towards Dovish or Monty.
Mhm.
But anyway, I mean, whatever they're doing, it's working well, especially in this game. And it's good to see just a bunch of people on the board. Cole Caulfield getting 2 in this game as well. 12 total for the year, tied with McKinnon.
Mm.
He's is he going to get 50? I don't know.
Wow,
That would be insane.
that would be insane.
I don't think a Canadian has gotten 50 since like the 70s.
That that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say with like 80% certainty he's going to get 40.
80%. Just gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, it's the matter of health, keeping the first line healthy, and that's it. If they stay healthy, he's hitting 40. Yeah, and you know Demidov's again keeping up a steady pace. Got another assist this game. We got depth scoring. We finally got depth scoring. Kapanen got his 6th goal of the year. It's looking really good. I'm always like thinking when it's at this point in time, like when is it gonna just like drop off?
Yeah.
Which worries me, but I even if it does drop off the sort of production or the the wins in a way, and like I still think we're gonna make the playoffs and we're still a fun team to watch. Like the as a Habs fan, I've never been happier to and more entertained because looking back the past 5-7 years, yeah, we've had nothing along the lines of this type of entertainment.
Mhm.
So it's been good. Another solid week despite two extra time losses.
Well, what I was gonna say is like at least you can practice the 6-on-5 stuff. Like that's a situation you can work on in practice.
Yeah.
Um, and getting those pucks out of the zone or like learning and figuring out how to bear down in that last minute or two. Like that's something Marty's probably gonna have him working on.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then the shots is just like a mindset, like just get more shot volume on. That's 4. Shots against it's kind of just like your defensive scheme and like getting to the puck quicker. But um,
Yeah,
I think you have things you can tangibly work on as opposed to what I'm seeing in the Rangers, which is like effort.
look, like you saw the we were just watching the highlights before this, the Devils game. Like Evans had a weak goal, but he just shot it on
Hmm.
net. It went under
Yeah.
Markstrom's leg pretty easily. And Dobson shot it, and I think it was deflected by Doc, and it just like pops over for a
Yeah.
weird one. You just got to put it on net. Like
Yeah.
it's
You guys have the puck luck. You must have stolen it from the Rangers somehow because they have none.
well, it's about time. It's about time to get some good puck luck.
All right, so moving on to the Rangers then. 3 games this week, 2 2 losses at home, shutout at home. So
Dude,
it continues where
that's
I don't know what is going on as far as like if it's there's a curse or if there's something just is the juju's
they-
off.
they're nervous on home ice, I think.
Yeah, but that's crazy. It should be easier. You should have a better
It
routine.
should be backwards, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And they're very good on the road. I think they have 1 loss on the road and it was to Calgary.
I think at this point, I think this is where the fans need to come in and give a little more joy to them. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, it's hard for me to say that, yeah, it's the fans.
I
that
wouldn't
need
blame
to-
the fans, but like I would.
But
You
it's
know,
like
you
go
gotta-
you go there and they're great for the first 10 minutes of that last game and then all of a sudden they get scored on and then they stop trying. Like that's what it kind of appears like. And so this is like the common theme. I feel like earlier in the season they would have a slow start and then something would happen and then they wouldn't score and then it'd be over. Lately, it's been looking better. Like the starts are quick and hot and
Mhm.
then they don't get the bounce, they miss the net, they hit the post and then all of a sudden a goal goes back against them and by that point they're like, well, we were doing everything right. We can't score. We can't finish. And now we're scored on. And then it all comes crumbling apart. So it's almost like on home ice. And I know they lost to the Wild after they scored first, but it feels like they have to score first right now. And if they don't, like, because then at least they're in and they're like, okay, well, they might
Yeah.
get over their whatever superstitions or whatever it is that's going on in the Garden right now. I mean, fans can be more supportive and cheer for them, but when it's kind of visible that they're so frustrated and can't score and do all this stuff. It's hard for
Yeah, you gotta keep it cool.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, at
Yeah.
the end of that Isles game, I mean, so I guess just going I can touch on that later maybe, but a lot of frustration on the bench, on the ice, and it's visible. And the leaders in the team, like, there's still young guys on this team that might pick up bad habits if they keep doing that. So, first game against Carolina at home, 3-0 loss. Felt like we were pretty much dominated the whole time. Like, there was a couple of stretches of, like, okay, it looked okay, but
Carolina's,
for the most
yeah,
part,
really
they were
good.
all over us. And what sucked about that is they have like 3 or 4 of their top defensemen didn't even play because they're hurt. It's like Gostisbehere's out, Kendra Miller didn't play. I think Slavin was out. It was like,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
they really there was no business being a 3-0 game that way. So it's like tough to just keep having to go through the song and dance with the Rangers. Bright spot going on the road to Detroit. Um, Rangers looked and played like a full team. Played 60 minutes. Um, they had Panarin shaved his head before this game because he did that last year and it worked. Uh, and he got a goal in this game.
There you
He was
go.
on like a 6 game point drought before this, which is like the longest of his career that that he's gone,
Wow.
or at least his career in on the Rangers. So, um,
That's insane.
yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
So he scores and he has 2 assists. So he had a awesome night. Lafreniere finally gets a goal for first time in a while. Uh, I
His
think
second, yeah, I
yeah,
saw his
I
second.
think Zibanejad scores and then oh no, that's not true. Cooley is put on the power play 1 unit, replacing Lafreniere, and the first power play that they get, Cooley scores on it. So it's like, okay, maybe he's establishing himself here. Trocheck, I think, is like close to returning, so we'll see how that affects it. But Cooley
I think that'll
has been playing
definitely
better.
really be great for you guys
The biggest thing is like, all right,
to get him back.
like the power play has not been good at all. So like maybe if that was clicking a little bit better, I think they're like 5 for their last 30 something. Like it's not good.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. But if that started clicking and that starts to be like 10 or 8 for their last 30, like maybe that would, I mean, it would lead to more goals and potentially more wins and points. Um, so kind of dominate Detroit. I wasn't sure how it would go because Detroit is playing pretty good hockey these days.
You
At
win in
least,
regulation?
yeah,
Yeah.
4-1, yeah. Um, and yeah, it was like a fun game to watch. And then of course they have a back to back. Quick actually played that game against Detroit. Looked like vintage Quick. Played really well.
Still got it.
And then the next night against the Islanders, 5-0 loss at home. And we were watching highlights like the first 10 minutes. I'm glad I didn't spend my whole night watching that and letting it affect my mood because now I'm in a much worse mood. But first 10 minutes, they're all over it. Panarin in the first 15 seconds is like backdoor has the puck, misses. And it was like, all right, great, one of these games. And then Zibanejad hits a post and then he misses a slap shot and then all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, like at around the 10-minute mark, Islanders go back the other way. And so we go down 1-0. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, okay, we went down and they just kind of collapse from there. And it sucks. Um, the visible frustration you see from the players, like Miller snapping his stick across the post when they score an empty net.
Mika getting on
Mika
the bench
like
is,
slamming the
yeah.
door. It's just not. That's not what you want to see. I mean, I get the
From the leadership, you
frustration, but the
can't do
leadership you
that.
can't do that. And I mean, I'm glad they're frustrated, but it's got to
Look,
just like
we
figure
had
itself
like
out.
one instance where I think we kind of overreacted, which was like the Edmonton game, and like that's like Anderson,
Yeah,
and like that, yeah, that pisses me off. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
Anderson, like chill.
yeah.
Like, it's not good when your leadership and older guys are, you know, getting visibly frustrated.
Yeah.
It's not a good vibe.
I think the post game from that was pretty telling. Like Steve Valiquette has been awesome for the Rangers, just breaking down, going to the analytics of each game, and then just like he's very honest, and he's pretty much said looks like the Rangers just haven't or didn't work on their shots in the offseason. Like it's not crisp. It's taking too long to get the shot off. They're not picking their corners like when they're shooting on net, and it's showing. And I
Mm.
don't know like who or how or like what that even like how are you not working on your shot in the off season? I don't understand. Do people not do that? Is that a thing that like you just neglect and the whole team neglects? It's
I
weird.
saw our like more than half my the team like work on their shot like
Yeah.
pretty much every day in the off season.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really troubling. And another 5-0 against a rival in the Islanders. Like it just was a total nothing burger.
Yeah.
It was hard to back to being hard to watch. And then I guess like looking forward, couple things obviously like Trocheck's going to be back soon. Hopefully he's been skating. Panarin maybe is going to be better now that he shaved his head, but like he was good for a game and then they scored zero. So what are you going to do? Uh, they haven't. Oh, one thing on the Detroit game, they called up this guy Yaroslav Shemlaj.
Oh
Pretty
yes.
sure that's how you pronounce his name, even though it's spelled like Chmelar. Uh, Checking guy. He
Wait,
had
he's a D?
no, he came in at like the fourth line basically,
Oh, okay,
and
okay. So
big
who's
big
out?
guy.
Rempy?
Well, Rempe's out for a while with I think a broken thumb, and then Edstrom was like banged up, so they just were like, all right, we'll get this guy in. He had a fight. He kind of pummeled Travis Hamonic, honestly.
Nice.
Looked, I mean, it's like it looks cool, I guess, and he's up there,
Oh,
but it's
so I
I'm
think
just a little,
Hamannik is like one of the worst defensemen in the league.
yeah,
Like
probably,
like metric
yeah,
wise,
yeah, yeah. It
I, I
doesn't
s-
surprise me.
I saw like Detroit like his stats
Mm.
and like between and what was his previous team? Was it Ottawa?
I think he was on Ottawa, and then before that, he was on Isles.
Yeah, like it was like yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
yeah. So, I mean, that's cool and fun. You have a kid coming in and doing that, but it's just hard to be optimistic when you just can't and
Sure.
refuse to score at home. Yeah. It's always
What's
the
the
question of
solution?
like, where's Perot? Can Perot get called up soon? Every week we're going to do this until he's called up.
Pretty much,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure he's not going to be called up unless they like really. I mean, the fact that they would rather play Connor Sherry in the top six than call
You
him up is like
you
a
mean
little tough.
Sullivan would rather play Connor Sheary?
Yeah, but Drury could easily be like, it's time. Like, get him in there for Perot.
That's true.
Um, and
That's
they're
true.
not. So there's clearly a plan
The
going
thing is,
on
I
there.
don't. What is like the dynamic between your GM
They're
and the
they're
coach?
like very close. I think.
Okay. Okay.
I think they're both like, or they both have been working with the U.S. national team. They're both like Boston area BCBU guys. A lot of the coaching staff is. So yeah, it's tough. The other thing is like the Panarin contract. I have no idea where that's going to go. It seems like he's not going to take a discount, and he wants either the
That's
same or more.
ridiculous,
And I
man.
don't think it's
Why
going to
is he
happen.
entitled to the same amount or more if he's
For what he's done.
playing
It's for what he's done. He thinks he's earned, which honestly he has. He's been like probably the best free agent signing the Rangers ever had.
contracts are for what you're going to do?
Agree, but sometimes I don't know.
So he walks, you
It's
think?
or they try to trade him and then they try to fill the gap with like Alex Tuck or something. I don't know what the free agent market looks like, but it's kind of just it's getting bleaker and bleaker the outlook for the Rangers. Uh, if they just keep playing like this, I mean maybe they will be almost undefeated on the road and then they'll make the playoffs as a wild card team and then win every game 7 on the road and then they win the cup. How about that? Does that sound good?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because if they play, I mean, oh God, I can't even imagine the Garden on a playoff game where like Rangers are this bad still at
Oh
home.
gosh,
People are
dude.
gonna like. I wouldn't even like, and those tickets are so expensive. I would not even want to go.
Well, I know for sure that I'm buying a ticket to a Rangers game at the Garden because
You're gonna get a great game for you.
that's gonna be a great game for me.
I
Yeah.
don't want to go. You can go without me. Cool. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Rangers play Monday against Nashville. I think at home, so we'll see. Nashville's not that great, but I'm sure they're gonna put up.
You should win that. You should
Well,
win that.
we should.
You should.
Not if we can't score.
Wait, is that home?
I think it's at
Oh.
home. Yeah.
Well, I forget who we're playing, but I think we do have a decently tough schedule up ahead. Sometime either this week or next, we're playing Vegas.
They just lost to the Ducks though.
We lost to the Ducks, so it's killable. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
We'll see if we could. Oh, Dallas, I think is next. That's gonna be
That'd be a good
a
game.
good one.
When is that? Monday?
I think Tuesday or
Early this week?
yeah,
Cool.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
I'll be checking
Oh,
it
and
out.
Kings as
Oh,
well.
all right.
So
Yeah,
yeah, we got.
big week.
I think they're coming to the Bell Center, so it's yeah. I mean, we're scoring at home, and hopefully we keep it up and win against these West Coast teams because I do not like them. So
Yeah, same here.
and it'll be a good test because I do view the West Coast teams as more like grittier and in fact even like physically bigger.
Mm,
I don't know why.
interesting. I feel like it used to be the East was bigger and hit more and played a more like Northeast style of hockey, or
Mm,
at least Eastern Conference style, and then the West used to be more like speed and finesse. But it's ever changing for
yeah.
sure.
By the way, want to mention the division stuff. We were having a conversation with a friend of Ben's and talking about the sort of division structure and how we should actually face our rivals more often.
Yeah, I think. Well, this also sparked another thing that like is going on right now in the league, which is crazy. Bedard and Celebrini are just like lighting up the
Yep,
league and are
yep.
leading the league in points, which is, I mean, I guess
And
Bedard,
Leo
people thought, yeah,
Carlson,
yeah, and Leo, like the
yeah,
youngins are taking
they're
over. So,
taking over.
um, that just wanted to throw that in because it's been pretty crazy, and to see the Sharks and the Ducks, like, and honestly the Blackhawks in contention now, and like Spencer Knight too, he's having a crazy campaign for the Blackhawks. So, it's interesting to see. But as far as the divisions go, I think the point he was making was why, like, you're trying to make these rivalries and, like, I guess older fans for sure that they understand, okay, Rangers Isles, Rangers Devils, and you
Habs,
meet them in the
Boston.
playoffs a bunch. It sparks these rivalries. So why are we only playing each team 4 times in the year? And like, does a Rangers Calgary Flames game really like spark interest in fans and like the
Yeah.
casual fan or in like a new fan? Probably not. So like, why do you play every team once at least or twice in the year?
And
It's kind of like
it makes division matchups also that much more important in the
it
standings.
would be crazy to like instead of playing your in division team 4 times, you played them like 8 times, which
Yeah.
I don't even know how that would work with the amount of games they have, but or even
Like
if it's
imagine
like five or
playing the
six.
Leafs or and Boston like 6 times in the year. That'd be sick. Like
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
yeah, and
The rivalries would jump up for sure. I just feel like maybe,
and that's
and
the emphasis
honestly,
too. That rivalry, it's about the
it
team
would probably help
rivalries.
travel too. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah. Cost of travel.
cost and then just like the effect on the players. Like they don't have to go out west as much. They can just like they do that whatever Toronto to Montreal thing a couple times. Have a home and home. It'd be cool. But I do think like they want that game to grow in those like smaller markets. So you have when the Rangers come to town and like a different maybe smaller market team that might
What is their
help.
I would be interested to know like what is their algorithm for each team to be scheduled like and like cuz like obviously some schedules are going to be much harder and or easier for teams
Yeah, but
in
I
the
think
end.
they make it very uniform where you play everyone in your
Right.
division 4 times and then everyone else you play like twice.
Right.
Or
Right.
maybe there's like some little bit of like change there. Maybe it's like in conference you play 3 times and then out of conference twice, something like that. But it's interesting. I feel like they could get a little more creative with how they do it because it's going to be 84 games next year.
Oh, I don't know.
Crazy. It's a lot.
What's their opinion? Like the
I mean, I think
players'
players,
opinion? Do they like that?
I don't know. I think they'd rather have 2 extra games than preseason games. So,
So they're gonna
yeah,
subtract from the
yeah,
preseason.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Start
agree with
earlier.
that. Okay, I agree with that.
Hmm.
I think that'd be pretty decent
Yeah,
then.
cool. All right, that's our episode. I think a relatively quicker one this
Yeah.
time, which is good. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys.